Hey guys, Randy Sitz here with Randy Sitz Golf. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about manipulating the ball flight or curving the ball flight. So why would I want to do that? Well, let's say I'm in the fairway or to the right of the fairway and I got some tree trouble and I need to work the ball either from right to left. We also call that a draw. Or I need to work the ball from my left back to my right. That would be known as a fade or slice. So let's say I'm in the middle of the fairway, or sorry, somewhere, but I have an obstruction in my way between me and the target, and I need to hit a draw. Draw, remember, is going out to the right first and coming back to the left to the target. So I can do these shots one of two ways. I can do the shot passively, or I can do the shot actively. And what I mean by passively versus actively, well, passively means I'm going to set the club in my hand closed for a draw and go ahead and put my grip on it, and then I'm going to close my stance until my club face is pointing at the target, and then take my normal swing, which will put an outside in swing on it. It should make the ball start out to the right and come back to the left. And an active swing would be I take my normal grip, so the club face is square, but I'm going to manipulate my swing and my hands through impact to make sure I'm producing a more into outside swing and closing my club angle or face angle at impact to impart that draw spin. So first let's do the passive. So I'm going to go ahead and set up with a closed club face. And then I'm going to set that closed club face down behind the ball so it's pointing at my target. And then I'm going to line my feet up to the far to the right of the target. And then I'm just going to take my normal swing here and see if we can manipulate the ball around with that. There you can see the ball starts to the right, and now it's coming back to the left, about 156 yards. So that is a passive draw. So now we're going to try and do the active. Now the active, sometimes I will rehearse because it is a little different. I got to get that hand club face coming through impact a little close so I can impart that spin. So I'm going to take my normal grip, club face is square. I'm going to put it a little bit behind me, behind my stance, not a whole lot, but a little bit. All right, and then we're going to make our swing, and I'm going to manipulate this club a little bit more. Well, we were able to draw the ball, although I hit it dead straight first and then drew it. But that would be more of an active draw. Let me try one more, and we'll see if we can start it out a little more to the right. There we go, a little better. So that's coming back now. All right, so there's a passive and an active swing for a draw. So now let's say, hey, I need to go to the left side and bring the ball back over to the right. So I have an obstacle here that I want to go to the left of first. So once again, this would be a slice or a fade. And those two terms depend on how far, basically, if we're talking about movement of the ball. So a ball that maybe moves only 5 to 10 yards, we could call that maybe a fade, but something moving over about 25, 30 yards from right to left, or from left to right, we may call that a slice. So let's try hitting a passive fade first. So passive fade, I'm gonna go ahead and open the club face in my hand. All right, club face is open, and then I'm going to set it, my feet open, right, and then I'm gonna take my normal swing, but it's gonna be along my feet line here. No fade. Dead straight ball. Try it again. There we go. So there's a fade coming back toward the target. Now I will tell you, when you hit a fade like that, a considerable amount of distance is lost because we're opening the club face and kind of deflecting the ball a little more, putting lots of spin on it, so it will get caught up in the air and it will not go as far. So anytime you're hitting a fade around something, you may want to take a little more club than you normally need, and vice versa. If you're going to hit a draw, typically it adds a little distance, so you may need to club down based on that. All right, so now we're going to try to hit our fade with active hands, or active. So that's basically why we're talking about active, because now we're going to use more of our hands and our body in our swing to get this done. So club face will be more square. Now we'll hit a fade. I will tend to put this more in the front of my stance for a fade, but then I'm just gonna make my normal, or not my normal swing, but I want to kind of come over the top a little bit with the club face open, and instead of letting my hands rotate through, I'm gonna hold my hands longer. So maybe a normal shot, my thumb's gonna be right around 12 o'clock at impact. When I hit a fade, it's gonna be more like at 1 or 2 o'clock at impact. Okay, nice little fade around the tree, working right back toward the target line. So there's your two different ways to curve the ball, manipulate the ball from left to right, right to left. Remember, there's two different terminologies here. We can either actively do it by using our hands, that's what we call active, or our swing, over exaggerating into out or out to in. And then the passive method, where we just set up our club closed already and our stance closed to hit a draw, or set up with our club open with an open stance to hit a fade. All right, guys, I hope this helps you. Feel free to hit the like button for me if you like what you see, or subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.